These are my top 5 free websites and resources for artists that are going to help you sell more art and make more money. And this video isn't sponsored by any of the things on this countdown, and they're all things that I use personally at least once a week, most of them, and some of them I use every day, and none of them are going to cost you any money at all. So let's not waste any time and get to the number 5 free resource for artists, and that's Zapplication. On zapplication.org, you'll find hundreds, maybe even thousands of art festival applications and calls for artists. Zapplication is by far the largest art festival application website, and you can get an account and browse the show listings for free. They also make it very easy to apply and submit applications to all of the events that they list. Zapplication doesn't list every art festival, but it has a lot of them. But just because an art festival is listed on Zapplication doesn't mean it's a good fit for you or your artwork. So how do you know if an art fair is going to be any good for your work or not? That brings me to my number 4 free resource for artists, the Art Fair Review Facebook groups. This is basically a message board for artists to talk about and review art fairs. Have a question about an art festival you saw listed on Zapplication? Chances are there's someone in the group who's done that show before, so it's a great resource to search and ask about specific shows. I'll put a direct link to the group in the description below. My number 3 free resource for artists is the National Association of Independent Artists, or NAIA, or NAIA, whatever you want to call it. It's a fully volunteer-run, non-profit advocacy group for independent artists, and you can become a supporting artist totally for free at the link in the description. The NAIA advocates for the interests of artists and supports community building amongst artists. There's also a free NAIA Facebook group that you should join, where you can discuss topics and share information related to our industry. I'll put that link in the description below also. The NAIA also sponsors my number 2 free resource for artists, and that's the Independent Artist Podcast. Hosted by artists Douglas Sigworth and Will Armstrong, the Independent Artist Podcast covers topics related to artists and art festivals and features in-depth conversations with guest artists and people involved in the art fair industry. You can learn a lot just by listening in, and even more so, I find myself getting inspired to create just by listening to the conversations that they have. They have a way of lifting me out of a creative rut that I sometimes get into, and it's actually the only podcast that I listen to, so that in itself really says a lot about it. You can find the Independent Artist Podcast on all major streaming services, and they even have their own YouTube channel where you can subscribe and listen to every episode for free. So go do that at the link in the description. And that brings me to my number 1 free resource for artists, and that's my YouTube channel right here. So make sure you subscribe for more helpful videos like this one.